In part one of our interview with Fairfield Township Board member Rocky Hession, he detailed plans on why the board has asked trustee Talitha Coles to resign. In part two, Hession gives details on how he plans to resolve the situation. Star City's Dave North has the story.
Over the past 2 years, the Fairfield Township Board has discovered that Indiana law makes it difficult, if not impossible, to remove a trustee. Board member Rocky Hession says with Cole's questionable spending history and her refusal to release financial reports, the board is left with few options.
She says that we stop her from doing her job. She has everything she needs to do her job. There is nothing that we have done that stops her from doing what she should be doing. It's her who's doing that.
Hession says that's the reason he formed an exploratory committee last summer. He says he intends to challenge Coles in the Democratic primary next May. Hession says he's already spent lots of time thinking about his agenda.
I know who I want to hire. I know who I want to bring in. I know what we want to do. We have to reestablish a contract. The contract with the fire department expires the end of this year, is in a few days. And then there will be no contract between the township and the fire department.
If the contract does expire, the fire department will continue to do runs in the township. Hession says he has a good relationship with Fire Chief Richard Doyle, and he says fixing other relationships will be another of his priorities.
Second is reestablish communication with the different agencies or people in the community. She's burned a lot of bridges with a lot of different agencies she has tried to contact.
Hession says he also pledges to reestablish the township's relationship with its citizens.
We've already had complaints of people who have denied help because they said there's no money. Well, if she has access to the $148,000 in the rainy day funds, they certainly have money if she wanted to use it for that. So I don't know what the holdup is.
In the same resolution that asked for Cole's resignation, the board also reduced the amount of money allocated to certain funds. The board also added a clause making Coles unable to undo board changes to the budget. Hession says he doesn't expect the resolution to change anything. He says the only way to make real change is for the public to take action.
But the biggest thing I would ask people to do is be involved in this election. Ask who people, depending on where you are, there's different townships, right? Be involved in your township. Find out what's going on, because they use that money that you spend in your property taxes to take care of these services which you depend upon. And if you don't know what's going on, how do you know it's actually being done right?
Candidates can officially file to run for office beginning January 5th. April O'Brien, who operates Sacred Grounds Reclaim next door to the township office, says she plans to run for the trustee position on the Republican ticket. The final day to file to run for office is February 4th. Indiana will hold its primary election on May 3rd, and the general election is November 8th. Dave North, Star City News, Fairfield Township.